want to come and see a place like this. We have the view of the River Tweed behind us, we've got the remains of Berwick Castle, and we've got this beautiful park for you to spend time in. My name's Kate Dixon. I'm a parks officer, and this morning I'm sitting in Coronation Park, known locally as Tommy the Miller's Park in Berwick-upon-Tweed. I love this park because it's got, you know, the best thing about the park actually is the view out of the park, the view down to the river behind me. Fantastic. And you've got all sorts of different elements. You've got the castle behind you, you've got the wildflower meadow, and you've also got the sculptures that we help get kids create to go in the park. So there's kind of something for everybody in here. It's a beautiful place with lots of beautiful flowers and plants. It's a safe place. People can come here and feel safe. There's lots of space for kids to run around safely without, you know, fear of falling or injuring themselves. There's lots of wildlife to look at, birds, bees, butterflies, flowers. And again, the sculpture trail is an item of interest. Kids love them, come to climb on them and that kind of thing, which is what they were designed for. Well, I think one of the things that COVID has highlighted is actually that not everybody's lucky enough to have a nice, safe, quiet green space to go out and sit in, and not everybody's got the money to go out and buy lovely plants. So we put quite a lot of time into thinking about the plants that we've got here to try and make sure there's something of interest all year round. A lot of plants are donated, a lot of plants we get in special offer, and we're constantly tweaking things to make it look nice so that, you know, there's something for everybody to enjoy. This is one of the sculptures that we had made a few years ago, designed by local school children, and just to give something for children in the park to enjoy. So we've got Molly here sitting in our wildflower meadow, which again is a fairly new thing. Lots of bees and butterflies are coming into the park now that didn't used to be here. So again, another thing to come and see and enjoy. What we did was we got some wildflower seed, mainly poppies and cornflowers, and the idea was in the spring, whenever a molehill came up in the meadow, because we've got lots of moles, we would put poppies and cornflowers on the molehills. But because we had such a drought this spring, the moles didn't make molehills in the meadow, so we're going to have to do it next year instead. So next year there should be lots of poppies and cornflowers where the moles have been making molehills in the meadow. There's a new trail just opened up called the Tweed and Coast Trail, and it starts at the top of the park here and it goes all the way to Spittal Cliffs. I think it's several miles long, but there's interpretation boards all the way along the trail, so you would start at the top of the park there. It'll take you maybe a couple of hours to get to the end. You can get a bus back, but it's a really lovely thing with some nice interpretation boards highlighting the wildlife and the history of the place as you're walking along. I like working here because I'm actually from Berwick originally, so it's nice to come back to where you're from and be able to put something back. I love gardening, so I'm in my element with all these flowers and plants, and I always meet great people, whether they're visitors or whether they're locals. You know, there's always somebody to talk to.